1, 2, 3, and
welcome back to Cake and Tea with Flavours of Zee. No, that was wrong.
Okay, yeah.
Cake and Tea.
That's quite good though, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Cake and Tea with Jay and Zee. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Cake and Tea with Jay. I keep saying my name. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Me.
Yeah, okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to take this right the way back now, and we're going to say, first of all, how did we get into spirituality? Because honestly, this is another thing where I thought that spirituality, if you were to have asked me that when I was in my young 20s, for instance, or my late teens, I would have said, sod off, I'm not a spiritual person, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that, I'm a young lad, I'm going out, I'm drinking, and that's all I'm really interested in, you know? So when it comes to spirituality, what was the turning point for us? Why did we get into this?
I think it was me again. It always starts with my brainy idea. So I'm
absolutely.
the brain and you're Pinky. The Pinky and
the brain, right? Yeah, so this might be a generational thing. Okay, Pinky and the Brain. If you don't know this was basically a Saturday morning cartoon for people of a certain generation. We're not that old, by the way, we're really not. But as younger and younger people start to come up and then start to feel a little bit old, especially when we talk about Saturday morning cartoons and no internet. Pinky and the Brain was a side program from Animaniacs. It was a Warner Brothers cartoon, something we really, really used to like. And I consider you more Pinky and me the Brain.
No, I'm definitely more the Brain.
Yeah.
I.e. the veganism, the kind of like spirituality, changing your lifestyle.
So in other words, you were just plagiarising everybody else's ideas. You were seeing
Definitely
what was
not. Definitely not.
You were seeing what was working for other people and decided that you would try it yourself. So that was how it started. No. And I was a resistant person behind this, like, I don't know if this works for me, I don't know if this is going to work for you. And we found it was like a sort of hippie lady that was in a tent, and you decided that you were going to go in and have a chat with her.
Well, interestingly, I just stopped outside the tent and I started reading, or she had a sign outside and I just started reading it, and I was like, Jason, I'm drawn in to go into this tent. So I went in, and I think initially, was it a Reiki massage or crystal massage?
It was something like that.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was...
you went and had this, I went and got a beer.
Yeah, and you went and got a beer, and I think at that point, again, I was looking more into spirituality, healing with herbs, kind of listening to your bodies and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So I was more open to kind of going on this journey, and like I said, I was drawn in. I'm very much a believer of some people are attracted into your life, things are attracted into your life for a certain reason.
Definitely.
And you have to rock with it, you have to go with it.
Definitely, absolutely. It was just one of those things that you decided you were going to go and do that. I was going to lie out on the grass and drink a beer and just try and sort of recover from the nights before. Yeah. You came out and said, oh my God, what an experience.
We need to do this together.
Yeah, we went in there and she started talking to us about things that absolutely blew my mind. Yeah. I mean...
but it all resonated, I think.
Definitely.
It all resonated together. Like the things she was talking about, it was that body coding thing. So if you're not aware, there's certain codes you can ask your body knows best, your spirit, your mind, everything.
For us, when we went and started to do this, is we learned how to do body coding. So in other words, we were connecting to our higher self again, and we were asking our higher self, is this right for me? Shall I do this? Am I going to figure this stuff out? And lo and behold, it was working. It was strange, wasn't it? We were basically, the way that she had taught us to do is we were to place our middle finger, or not our middle finger, our ring finger and our thumb together. We place a finger into the middle of that from your other hand, and then you ask yourself a question. And
you should always start with asking yourself like a simple question, such as your name. So for instance, if you're watching on camera, my name is Zara.
Absolutely. And what you do is you move the finger towards the tips of your thumb and your ring finger. And if your other finger from your hand breaks through this, in other words, if your body has gone weak, it means it's like a negative. It's something that you don't believe. It's something that it's gone straight over your head, for instance. It's something
for instance, my name is Rachel.
Absolutely. Boom, and it breaks. And then you ask yourself questions that you know the answer to, like my name, for instance, is Jason. So if I was just to try that, I would move my finger along, try and break it, and if it holds still, because I know it's true, it doesn't break, it means that you are then in tune with your higher self. Now, I hope that made sense to everybody who's listening without watching us through cameras. I'm trying the best that I can to describe this. But the idea is that you're getting in tune with something outside of your physical self. And for me, this just blew my mind. I mean, what the hell?
And it started in a fantastic journey for us, didn't it? It started, I mean, for you in particular, you kind of can step it back further because you have, well, we both have this amazing friend. You know who you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who kind of, she is a clairvoyant, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a clairvoyant medium, and she told us about this stuff ages ago.
But she also told you about me.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take it back even a step further. She's been a friend of mine before. She was a mutual friend with you, and she told me about, you're going to meet this wonderful woman. You've actually already met her.
She's got brown hair.
She's got brown hair. You're just waiting to sort of get it on. Now, I don't know whether she was like doing some sort of secret matchmaking at this point.
You found out?
Yeah.
Definitely not. Definitely.
Yeah, and I knew that I had this woman in my life and I'd already met her, and I thought, well, who can this be? Anyway, we clicked, didn't we? We started to see each other, and lo and behold, a week later I'm being told that you're going to be my wife. And I thought, whoa!
And secretly I was like, ooh!
Absolutely, yeah, so lucky you, eh?
Yeah, lucky you.
How did meditation... Could you just do it straight away?
I think I found it easier to kind of just switch off with music, switch off generally, kind of just like switch, I think, without that judgment, because what you're describing there is that kind of like, am I doing it right?
Yeah.
And I think that was the key thing, to not think, am I doing it right?
Yeah.
Every sort of person who does meditation, it's down to your own practice. So whether it's you cooking something and that you're stirring a pan or something, or whether it's you sitting cross-legged, lying on a bed, it's down to your kind of perception
Absolutely.
of what feels right for you.
Absolutely.
So for me, I think before I started introducing that app, I was also going to a kind of meditation group where we were sitting in chairs and listening to it. And I also listened to the app before, so there was, and I was on my own. But also when you get into meditation, you can kind of start asking your body and your higher self things, like, so a lot of people use meditation to kind of figure out where their purpose is, like figure out if your life purpose, figure out what you need to do with certain problems. So for me, what I experienced when I first got into it, I was able to kind of tune out those noisy background noises and actually figure out, okay, what am I doing next? Where are we going? How am I actually feeling? And words were popping into your head with it.
So I felt like our spiritual journey took up a step further when we went to Bali.
Oh God, yes, Bali. If you haven't been...
Amazing. Yeah, please go. We decided while we were there, we were going to go and do some yoga. Now, I'd never done yoga before at this time. Had you done yoga?
I dibble-dabbled in yoga, did a bit of Pilates.
So no then.
I wouldn't say I was a guru, but I tried it. At that point, I had tried it, but I wasn't consistent.
So no.
No. Okay,
no, you hadn't done it. No.
I had done it, I just wasn't consistent.
You had thought about doing it. You'd watched some videos on it. So we decided that we were going to go and do some yoga together. And, we were doing it with a class full of people who had clearly done it before, or at least in Zara's words, dibble-dabble did it.
Those dibble-dabbles are amazing.
They were good, weren't they? Yeah. They were much better than we were. And we were there sort of pulling ourselves into different stretches and different poses. We were in this kind of treetop sort of canopy thing, weren't we?
Experience.
And it was awesome. It was so cool. And we thought after that, definitely, we're going to become yogis after this. We're definitely going to get into doing yoga. We haven't done it since.
No, that's a lie. We have done it maybe once or twice.
Oh yeah, we dibble-dabbled.
Yeah, dibble-dabbled. See, that's my dibble-dabble.
I went and saw a guy who did psychic surgery, and you saw
Ayurvedic sort of Reiki healer.
Master.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. Yeah. So this guy, for me, I'm going to tell you a story now. This guy went and did something called psychic surgery on me. I came to him with my IBS problems, which is what we covered in the last episode. If you haven't heard this, by the way, guys, I really suggest you go back and you go and watch our veganism, or listen to our veganism, whichever platform it is that you're listening or engaging with. Go back and see our veganism one, and you'll be able to get a little bit more perspective on what it is that we're talking about here. But anyway, I went and saw a psychic surgeon, and I had no idea again what this guy